Hello there, Charlie here. Welcome to this special bonus episode of the How Uncivilized Podcast. This episode contains a supercut of J.J. Abrams' Episode 8 treatment with some of our in-the-moment reactions as we went through it. If you want a full page-by-page breakdown, check out episodes 13 to 15 of our main series. But for now, sit back and enjoy. Star Wars Episode 8, Rough Treatment from the 4th of the 5th, 2014. Act 1. Rey walks up the Jedi steps. Seeing Luke standing at the cliff, she approaches him. Hovering boulders gently descend to the ground as she hands him his father's lightsaber. Luke takes it and eyes it longingly, like seeing a dead relative again. Then they regard each other.
Luke. Thank you, Rey. Well, you're finally here, where you belong. Rey sputters. You're Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master. Luke quips. I used to be. Rey is taken aback. That's the same thing Han said when I met him. She starts to tear up.
Luke. Han? I know. He moves closer to her. His eyes begin to well up. There's nothing I could have done. From this island, I can only influence so much. Han was beyond my reach. Rey looks up at him, curious. Rey's eyes ask 1,000 questions. Influence? Luke smiles. Why did you think I came to this island? Rey's eyes widen, inquisitive. Just then, a woman's voice is heard calling far off in the distance. Luke! Luke!
Luke gives Rey a wink. A beautiful, middle-aged woman walks towards them. 2 children trail behind her, a 7-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy. Rey turns around awestruck. She quickly swivels back towards Luke. Luke smiles. Now you know why I stayed here. I've been a little busy. Rey smiles. Luke hands the lightsaber back to her. Here, Yago. I made a new one a long time ago. You're probably going to need it. She takes it back.
Luke's wife, Audra, approaches. She gives Rey a smile. Rey is speechless. Audra and Rey regard each other. Luke. Audra, this is the girl I was telling you about. The one I brought to the planet. Her name is Rey. Audra replies. Hello, Rey. It's so very nice to meet you. This is our boy, Tyus, and his sister, Kea. Rey smiles at the 2 cute kids. Audra, are you staying for dinner? Rey looks at Luke, dumbfounded. He nods. Yes.
Off his look, Rey responds, yes, thank you. As they walk back to Luke's hut, Rey sputters, Luke, your sister General Leia sent me here to find you. You're needed back to lead the resistance at once. I'm here with R2-D2 and Chewbacca in the... He cuts her off. Millennium Falcon? Yes, I saw. You landed on the far side of the island. Rey. Yes, we haven't much time. Luke. Oh, yes, we do, actually. We have 90 sunsets. 90 sunsets here to prepare for imminent attack. I have communed with Leia. She knows the resistance is safe for now. Sorry, that bit just gets me.
Yeah.
She looks at him, unsure. He ignites his lightsaber and slowly slinks towards her. Rey, on Jakku, your escape, did you ever ask yourself how an untrained pilot like you could suddenly fly the Falcon and outmaneuver those TIE fighters? Then somehow rendezvous with Han and Chewie shortly after? Rey looks at him, puzzled. She ignites her saber. He charges her. They joust as they talk. Aggressive negotiations.
Luke, you know how to pilot the Millennium Falcon, because I know how to pilot the Millennium Falcon. You beat Kylo on Starkiller because I was with you, aiding your untrained mind. It's an old trick Jedi Masters use to help their Padawans. You're inexperienced. You're lucky to be alive. But soon you'll be ready. Soon you won't need my assistance. Don't worry. When the time is right, you'll be able to beat Kylo on your own. She quickly retorts, but I felt the force flowing through me, like a great gust of emotion and power pushing me beyond. Luke, yes, but I was the conduit. We cheated. You may not be as lucky next time. He swivels his green lightsaber. Now attack me. I want everything you've got, he says with a smile. Rey, playing along, charges him. Luke swivels and easily bests her. She trips and falls into the grass. While laying on the ground, she says, Snoke, the First Order's supreme leader, he...
Luke sheathes his saber and offers her a hand. Yes, I know of Snoke. We have history. He's safe on his planet, Sacrum, just like I am on mine. His planet bleeds dark-forced energy, just like mine gushes the light. 2 planets from a bygone era, still in opposition. Both of them are cloaked from detection, only accessible with permission. I had a plan, a very long con, but I lost. The only way to penetrate Snoke's defenses was to train Kylo in both the light and the dark. But he was compromised. He was my spy, but ultimately too weak and despotic to resist the dark side. I have a feeling you won't be. Rey stares at him, bemused. Luke ignites his lightsaber. Shall we? He smirks, then charges her again.
General Hux stands on the observation deck of a gigantic star destroyer, the Siege. Peering out into space, Supreme Leader Snoke's holographic face appears behind him. He informs him Kylo Ren's convalescence on Mustafar is nearly over. Their number one priority is still to find Luke Skywalker's hidden planet, by any means necessary. Hux explained his compudroids are working on it, deducing its secret location.
Ooh. Inside Darth Vader's castle on Mustafar, a semi-conscious Kylo Ren floats in Vader's old Bacta tank. While submerged, tiny medidroids swim around his face like tadpoles. Mostly all of the necrotic flesh on the right side of his face has been replaced by a biometallic skin. One medidroid swims a new eyeball up to Kylo's face. As the droid pushes and sutures it into his hollow eye socket, Kylo screams in pain. Red air bubbles.
He's a Wookiee now.
Yeah, he may as well be. He's got quite the mane.
Yeah.
Red air bubbles shoot from his rebreather mask. Snoke's hologram appears before Kylo. He scolds him. Kylo's slightly detached eye cries blood. Oh, what a crybaby. The tank tilts and bloody Bacta begins to drain out. That bloody Bacta.
Language.
His limp body is expelled onto the floor.
Back on Acto, Rey, Chewie, and R2-D2 eat dinner with Luke's family. Oh, now he's remembered Chewie and R2-D2.
R2-D2's eating dinner? This I have to see. Where does he put it? What is he eating?
Best version. Hands down. Audra tells Rey how she and Luke met. Rey enjoys the first family time she's ever had. She laughs with his kids, and one of them sits on her lap. She tells Luke she understands why he'd want to leave the war behind and enjoy the simple life. She's worried what could happen if Kylo finds the planet. Luke, toying with his flute, okay, says, there's nothing I can do to keep Kylo from finding the island. It was foreseen long ago.
That's hilarious. That's like, Kung Fu Panda when Shifu's playing the flute.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Rey, we must stop him. He'll try to destroy... Luke cuts her off. Rey, there's something you don't understand. Once he finds this planet, he can never leave. This planet is a trap, and this island, the bait. When he comes, we'll be ready for him. Rey, then I'll kill him. I'll do what has to be done.
Luke, we can't kill him. It will be pointless. Once he dies, the Force will just create another dark side user, maybe even stronger. We have to trap him here on the island and keep him here. Rey is perplexed. How? Luke, I've got another plan. But in the meantime, we train. Rey nods. Rey, so what is this place? What's the planet called? Luke, it doesn't really have a name, and there's a reason for that. It's a planet very rich with Force energy. After Order 66, this is where the surviving Jedi came for safe haven. Many Jedi lived and died here, undetected and in peace, away from the tyranny of the Empire. It's where the Force began, and probably where it's all going to end. Back to Hux on the siege. Their sensors pick up a gigantic piece of space junk. Space junk. It's just junk.
Isn't that just a rock?
Yeah, it's a space rock. It's an old, bombed-out piece of Corellian freighter.
Oh, that
Hux
explains
tells
it.
them, well, of course, yeah. Hux tells them to ignore it. But as it floats closer, the techs pick up multiple heat signatures. So when he says the techs, I assume he means like techie people.
Yeah, I'm guessing so.
Yeah. Suddenly, Poe, Finn, and a squadron of X-Wings shoot out from its charred and bombed-out hull. Hux dispatches TIE fighters to combat this sneaky attack. Big dogfight. During the assault... Sorry, I can't quite reimagine that. Pew, 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 pew. I get him out. Red 4. There you go. There's the dogfight.
There we are. That's the whole thing.
During the assault, Poe launches a disguised BB-8 into one of the siege exhaust ports. BB-8 enters the ship and starts snooping around.
Now that they've planted BB-8 on board, General Leia commands Poe's fleet to retreat. Just as Hux calls for reinforcements, the X-Wings blast into hyperspace and out of range. BB-8 rolls through the ship, locating a huge room where the compudroids are reverse engineering hyperspace signatures in that sector. They're looking for Acto. BB-8...
How could they be looking for Acto? There's no name.
Yeah,
no name.
They're looking for the unknown planet. BB-8 sends Leia a coded message informing them of this. Poe tells them they've got to warn Luke and Rey on the island, but Leia orders BB-8 to upload fake coordinates to the Siege's Navi computer, which will buy them more time. He does this, and the First Order blasts off into an unknown sector. Leia tells Poe not to worry. She knows exactly where she's sending them.
Dun, dun, dun. Meanwhile, Snoke is convalescing.
Meanwhile, on the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, on Snoke's home planet of Sacrum. He incubates in what seems to be a gelatinous womb.
Oh, God.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Nestled inside a computerized half dome, he stirs and crawls out of the womb's fleshy orifice like a baby being birthed.
That's horrifying.
Oh, goodness. Quickly, his attendants dress his feeble body and inject him with life-preserving medicines. Snoke's second apprentice, the female, Dathan Naught?
Yeah,
Of
probably.
Melody origin?
Yep, probably.
Approaches him. She looks like Morticia Adams with heavy... how do you say that? Rosacea? Rosacea?
I don't know. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sticks his guard on her, and she fights them feverishly with her vibrous eyes. After this brief skirmish, he applauds. She bows to Snoke, who smiles. He tells her, "You're ready to advance to the next level of training." She is to travel to Mustafar and keep a watchful eye on Kylo Ren. She jumps into her sleek, maple leaf-looking spacecraft,
Ooh.
the Prowl, and blasts off.
Back on Acto, Rey and Luke walk up the grassy hill towards a rocky mountain peak. Luke, let me show you something. They reach the summit and spy a golden temple. the first Jedi temple, the Bell. Rey enters, mouth agape. Huh? On the walls of the Bell are ancient Jedi hieroglyphs and pictograms depicting age-old Sith Jedi battles. Luke walks towards a large hourglass. He flips it over.
Luke, as I said, we have 90 sunsets till imminent attack.
Well, it's not imminent then, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it makes me laugh.
Good grief. Great start, guys. Great start.
Yeah. As I said, we have 90 sunsets till imminent attack. When the last grain of sand falls to the bottom, if we're not on that beach, it'll be too late. Rey asks how he has this knowledge of the future, and he tells her, this island was home to an ancient sect of Force-sensitive archivists. The Cnid. Etched into the walls, he shows her archives depicting Jedi/Sith battles. They go back as far as 1,000 generations, all chronicled in hieroglyph form. Rey studies them. Following the timeline, she's shocked to see, on the very end, a drawing of her handing Luke's lightsaber back to him on the cliff. Rey, you knew? Luke chuckles. Ho, 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 ho. Because they knew.
Ooh, very intriguing.
Very much so.
A few inches away, she sees a picture of the great battle. 3 Jedi face 7 knights in black. She realizes this is the impending battle Luke speaks of. Rey traces the people with her fingers. Rey, I see you, me, but who is the third combatant at our side? Luke, we're not the only Force sensitives on this island.
Ooh.
Off Rey's look, Luke responds, she's on her way. Ooh.
Oh, my.
Colour me intrigued.
Oh, dear.
Rey looks around the temple to see many artifacts strewn around the floor and walls. Different weapons, armour, headdresses, and a couple jetpacks. Not a couple of jetpacks. I just want to make that clear. There's no of in there.
It's a couple called jetpacks.
Yes.
The jetpacks.
And also, all these things are strewn everywhere. Come on, Luke. You've not had much to do. At least tidy up in your time.
Loud.
Yeah. She runs straight towards one. A jetpack, Rey exclaims. I used one of these before, on Jakku. Whose was it? Luke, as I said, this was a safe haven. Many warriors left their armaments here for safekeeping.
He asks her to kneel. Please kneel. On an ornately decorated cushion. Oh, come on. Ornately decorated cushion in the centre of the chamber.
Good grief.
How is that cushion not like eroded away? Anyway.
Maybe he brought it from home. Like, this is my fancy cushion.
Luke has a fancy cushion. Yeah, he had time to bring it's all modest on this island, but he had time to bring a fancy sofa.
Yeah.
I stopped off at Space IKEA on the way here. I'm going to get stocked up. Anyway, let me just read that all again. He asks her to kneel on an ornately decorated cushion in the center of the chamber. Luke pulls a golden headdress resembling a snake's head from the wall and places it on Rey's head. As she kneels, he sets an ancient Jedi holocron in front of her. He asks her to meditate and dive headfirst into the aperture of the Force. He wants to test her Force sensitivity. As she concentrates, her body begins to flicker like a candle, in and out of existence. Luke's eyes widen, but he is unfazed. He talks her through this journey. Suddenly, Rey is sitting on a platinum throne inside a great acropolis. She wears lavish golden armor. Her eyes glow red. An explosion is heard, and half of the acropolis blows out. The palace is attacked by Jedi Knights. She touches her hand to a nearby holocron. The same holocron.
Luke breaks the vision. Rey gasps. It was so real, Luke, because it was 300 generations ago. Luke explains Jedi holocrons to her. Rey, so this is the first Jedi temple? Luke responds, yes, it was. Do you want to see the second? Off Rey's look, we cut.
Back on Mustafar, Kylo looks into a cracked mirror. He sees his reflection and is horrified. Half his face is sutured into a mecha suit. Sorry, it's sutured in mecha tissue. I don't know where I read that from. That's not even on there. He's not wearing a mecha suit. What's going on? I'll read that sentence again. Half his face is sutured in mecha tissue. His left eye is a cataract of blue film. He's become a monster. He smashes his fist into the mirror and screams in anger.
That's 7 years bad luck, by the way.
Yeah, he's ruined himself for a good 7. As he sluggishly stands upright, he spies his mask and outfit hanging in the corner. His communicator chirps. Master Kylo, Dathan Nort approaches. Dathan Nort's ship cascades through the Mustafar hangar bay. Kylo and his Knights of Ren wait for her. Dathan Nort tells Kylo Snoke has sent her to spy on him. Kylo gives her new orders. She is to accompany him to Jakku to seek out the last known owner of the Millennium Falcon, Unkar Plutt. She bows. Yes, Master. So how does this hierarchy thing work? I'm very confused.
Poe, Finn, and the X-Wing squadron meet at the rendezvous point. Leia explains to Poe she directed Hux's ship towards the outer rim of the unknown regions. Poe checks the star charts and sees nothing in that sector but a dying black hole. Leia says, "Precisely," she explains. "The only way to beat the First Order is to lure Hux and his flagship Star Destroyer.
And his flabby Star Destroyer.
And his flab ship into the black hole's event horizon and push it in." Everyone gulps. Oh. Poe remarks, "BB-8 is on that ship, but it's a great plan." Like, one of my friends is on that ship. Oh, but it's a great plan.
Yes, I'm going to sacrifice him.
Whose idea was it? Leia replies, "BB-8's." Poe's eyes pop. Just like... They set a course to follow the siege on its current trajectory.
On Jakku, Dathan Nort, sorry, I just love the name, and 2 Knights of Ren wait in Unkar Plutt's line. As they creep towards the front, they see Unkar behind the gate of his infamous barter station. They ask for the Millennium Falcon's tracking device. He rudely barks back at them. 4 quarter portions. No, he doesn't really. He rudely barks back at them. I have no such thing. Get away from me, you amphibious urchin. He slams the gate in front of them. Dathan Nort smiles. Using her vibrasize, she surgically cuts a massive chunk out of the barter station wall. The wall crumbles to the ground with a thunderous "Patchad!"
Ka-slice!
Shablam! As the various traders and townfolk scurry, Unkar Plutt falls out. She asks again. This time, he complies.
Back on Acto... Oh, sorry, you mean the unknown planet. Back on the unknown planet, Luke, Rey, and Chewie stand on the beach. Rey wears the newly discovered jetpack and fiddles with the wrist-saddled controls. It doesn't seem to be working. Luke snickers. He focuses concentrated force energy out into the ocean. A gigantic pyramid, 10 stories high, emerges from the roaring waves. Rey, is this the second Jedi temple? No, it's not. I just brought up another random temple.
This is
idiot.
my special dungeon.
Luke, yes, it was well hidden. A small door opens. Luke waves her in. After you. He takes her through the spiraling hallways and explains the temple's mysterious existence.
They train with staffs inside. Audra...
Oh dear, that must be painful.
Yeah. Oh my, don't put that there. Audra and the kids watch them. Oh my. Oh wow. Anyway, Audra and the kids watch them from a distance. Rey and Luke race on the beach. Tag, you're it.
Chase me.
Chase me. Rey and Luke race on the beach. At the finish line, Luke tells Rey to continue beyond the rocks by herself. He wants her to meet a friend of his. Alone. As she climbs over the rocks, she jumps down into a shady cove. There, she sees a large sea monster feeding its young. It lunges for her. She screams. Luke screams from behind the rocks, but it's too late.
Was that Luke's scream?
The monster has Ray in its greasy tentacles. Ugh.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Why greasy? Why not slimy?
Been eating a lot of KFC.
How does greasy help? Greasy tentacles are just the wrong type of tentacles. How are you going to get anything? Like, just be like, let me just pick up Ray. Oh, nope, she slipped out. Anyway, right as the monster is about to drag her under the waves, somehow, even though it has greasy tentacles, it freezes.
Yeah.
Like a glistening goddess. Ahsoka Tano stands before her. She's using the Force to calm the beast. Chewie then jumps from behind the rocks and unloads his bowcaster into the creature's head. The tentacles unwrap from around Rey, and it slithers back into the ocean. Ahsoka explains that there are many beasts on the island. She must be mindful of mothers protecting their young, for this cove is their feeding ground. Luke joins them. Ahsoka explains this is where she's been living for many years, free from the pressures of the galaxy. The bell hourglass slowly drains sand, pebble by pebble. And that's the end of Act 1.
Act 2. The siege streaks through the galaxy at light speed. Hux's navigators explain they will be passing the Maw and entering uncharted space. They have no idea where these coordinates will take them. Hux, hungry for victory, ignores their warnings and barrels forward. What, is he like a tumbler or something? Is he like a circus performer? Anyway, Leia's ship chases them. As soon as the siege stops, Hux sees the black hole. He immediately orders the engines to be reversed to avoid being caught up in the singularity's gravitational pull. Leia's flagship arrives and unloads a merciless barrage of torpedoes at them. Poe, Finn, and the X-Wing squadron dogfight with the protective armada of TIE fighters. Inside the siege, a female protocol droid, CFIXI, or Sifix, or whatever that is, spies the Resistance armada out the window. She jumps in a one-man escape pod and rockets towards Leia's ship. The droid's pod magnetically clamps onto the Resistance's ship's hull. CFIXI, Sifi-XI, or Sifi-Z, something like that, I give up, blasts in through an escape hatch. She runs towards a crowd of rebel soldiers, saying she's defecting. They take her away in shackles. Just as it looks like Hux is winning, BB-8 inside the siege hacks its pulse thrusters, pushing the giant Star Destroyer into the event horizon of the black hole.
Captain Phasma and a battalion of stormtroopers escape into hyperspace. Dang nabbit. But Hux isn't so lucky. He dies as the siege is sucked into the black hole and crushed. Bye, Hux.
Oh, wow. Oh, dear.
So
Never mind.
This little draft cuts him even shorter than it did in the actual films.
Captain Phasma lasts longer than he does.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Considering she's killed off in episode, whatever it is, episode 8.
Episode 8. Yeah.
Right, anyway, General Leia is brought to CFIXI's cell. CFIXI tells her she must dispatch a strike team to Supreme Leader Snoke's world of Sacrum. There, Snoke has a priceless artifact he's using as a secret weapon. I assume using and willing to use are the same thing anyway.
Yeah.
Leia is dubious, but C-3PO knows CFI-XI was a protocol droid abducted by the First Order many years ago. So Leia believes her. CFI-XI explains the artifact must be located and destroyed to ensure the safety of the New Republic. Which has already been destroyed. It's not safe. It's been blown up. CFI-XI gives Leia the secret coordinates to Sacrum. She goes on to say anyone visiting the planet must be given a special injection. CFI-XI pulls a vial of blood from her chassis.
Her chassis.
They didn't spell chassis right. CFI-XI pulls a vial of blood from a chassis and gives it to General Leia. Leia asks what it is, and CFI-XI replies, artificially engineered Sith blood.
Ugh.
Yuck.
The Resistance thinks BB-8 was destroyed along with the siege, but he's actually stowed away on Captain Phasma's escape craft. Phasma finds BB-8 hiding in the hangar bay. Using an evil red and black BB unit, they hack into his memory banks and deduce the real location of Acto, the unknown planet.
Oh my. Oh my.
They throw a malfunctioning BB-8 into a scrap heap along with many outdated battle droids. Before he fizzles out, he sends Poe a distress signal. Poe picks up BB-8's distress call. Poe, Finn, and the remaining X-Wings, equipped with lightspeed jackets, chase after Captain Phasma's ship.
Bum, bum, boom. General Leia drafts 5 Resistance-friendly bounty hunters. See, that's something we don't hear of Resistance-friendly bounty hunters. Where are they?
Yeah. Where are they now? We don't know.
We don't know. Lost in the realm of space. Space. She orders them to travel to Sacrum and retrieve the artifact. After receiving their respective blood injections, they jet off to Sacrum. Leia takes the fleet back to a new Resistance base to hide, while the others race to Acto in search of Rey and Luke. Back on Acto, Luke's kids awake Rey. Luke tells her they want to sing a song they wrote especially for her. Everybody treks to the bell. Oh, what? Luke named his kids' band the Max Rebos. Luke plays his flute. Rey reveals to Audra after being here 2 months she doesn't want to leave either. This is the family she's always wanted. Audra hugs her. Rey cries.
Like ugly cry. Right. Like a lot of snot.
Disgusting. Filthy crying. Luke's kids sing to Rey. Welcome to Act 2, such a perfect time. Luke/Rey training montage set to music. Think summer's almost gone by the doors, but obviously different. Open brackets. I'll have Michael write something cool. Close brackets. I'm assuming they're referring to Michael Giacchino.
Yes.
Time passes by. We see Luke and Rey in various stages of combat training. With Chewie and R2, they set up various traps on and around the beach. Rey keeps fiddling with the antiquated jetpack she found. Ahsoka finds one as well and tinkers with it. Yay, jetpack race! Rey, Chewie, Ahsoka and Luke, plus family, visit a misty Jedi graveyard. They hold a tiny memorial for Han Solo. Luke tells Rey about one of the nearby graves, a mysterious ancient Sith witch who turned to the light. Her name was Talston Lit. Rey sees Talston's palm print on her dirty headstone. Rey stares at it, inquisitive. She kneels down to touch it.
Audra asks Rey if she's ever had a birthday. Rey says she hasn't, so she and Luke's family throw her a small party. Audra gives her an amazing present, a new combat outfit. Audra refashioned Luke's old black Return of the Jedi outfit to fit Rey. It looks awesome, and Rey loves it.
That's got to stink something awful.
I'm sure she washed it beforehand, you know.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Meanwhile, on Sacrum, a lone First Order scout ship arrives. The beleaguered stormtroopers tell the tale of General Leia's black hole assault and how they were defeated. An irate Supreme Leader Snoke attempts to locate Kylo Ren, but his homing beacon has gone dead.
Dun, dun,
Act 3. Back on Acto, which, as we remember from the last episode, is not what it's called anymore because the planet has no name.
Exactly.
So back on Acto, great start, guys. Rey and Ahsoka walk through the rocky catacombs behind the first Jedi Temple. Ahsoka tells her the story of Darth Vader and her time fighting in the Rebel Alliance. Suddenly, sirens blare throughout the bell. Rey looks at the hourglass and sees there is still a small amount of sand left. Luke runs to Luke runs in to say he's...
Try it again. Give another run at it.
It's worded so terribly.
No, it doesn't roll off the tongue, does it?
No. Luke runs in to say he senses intruders in orbit. Kylo Ren has found the planet. They run to their predetermined attack positions. Rey, Luke, and Ahsoka quickly put on their battle armor. Chewie and R2 streak down the coast of Acto in the Millennium Falcon, hoping to fight off the first wave of attacks.
Why are they streaking?
I don't know.
Running on the beach naked.
Well,
doesn't
neither
seem
of them
like
wear
it's-
clothes, so...
Yeah, to be fair.
Technically, they're streaking all the time.
Yeah, those filthy, filthy people. Moving on. Kylo Ren shoots out of the sky in his advanced TIE executor. Or executor? I don't know how you say that.
Executor, I think.
Yeah, TIE executor.
At least that's what they were going for.
Dathan Naught sits behind him. They're flanked on either side by 2 TIE fighters, flown by the Knights of Ren. What? So there's only 2 Knights of Ren?
I think there's a few Knights of Ren in 2 TIE fighters.
Oh, okay. Right,
because
that makes sense.
You can get like 2 people in each TIE fighter.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's maybe 4?
Ah, right. Weird. Anyway, so the Millennium Falcon attacks Kylo straight on. It's a dogfight over the island of Acto. The 2 TIE fighters break off and head towards the beach.
Chewie blasts off Kylo... No, what? Oh, God. Done too much reading today.
Way too much.
Yeah. Chewie blasts Kylo's wings off, and his TIE executor crash lands onto the surf. As he and Dathan Naught emerge from the smouldering waves, Rey and Ahsoka stand before them, lightsabers blazing. The 4 combatants duel on the shore of Acto. Kylo fights Rey all the way up to the edge of a cliff. She jumps off the precipice and into the open door of a hovering Millennium Falcon. She runs round the Falcon's circular hallway as Chewie spins the aircraft 180 degrees. She blasts out of the other side with her jetpack on.
Jetpack!
As Kylo's... Yeah, it's the jetpack. All that foreshadowing, it finally paid off.
It certainly did.
As Kylo sprints towards the bell, Rey spirals towards him. Descending, she force pushes a pile of rocks onto him, which he tries to deflect mid-gallop. On the far side of the beach, 3 Knights of Ren jump out of their TIE fighter. Luke, waiting for them with his green lightsaber ablaze, charges. Whoop, yeah, hero moment.
Green lightsaber.
He takes them on, cutting and slicing with his saber and using force push and force lightning to finish them off. This is the badass Luke Skywalker we've all been waiting for. Can't believe they actually wrote that.
Yeah, I know.
They were once his students, now they're dead meat. Luke chases the last knight down the beach until he jumps over the rocks and disturbs the sea creature's cove. The Leviathan lunges from the surf and drags the struggling knight under.
With his greasy tentacles.
Greasy tentacles, slimily grabbing that Knight of Ren.
Oh, dear. As Ahsoka and Dathan Naught duel on the beach, Kylo sprints closer to the bell. He runs up the hill towards it. Just as Rey sets her sights on Kylo, she is barraged with a scattershot of laser fire, which emanates from the 2nd TIE fighter. She blasts up into the air and deflects the lasers with her lightsaber. Expertly piloting her jetpack, she cascades down a cliff and shoots behind the ship as she dodges rear laser fire. She then lands on top of the TIE fighter and slices its wings off. It begins to spiral out of control. She's thrown off, only to fall on top of the Millennium Falcon. Saved again by Chewie!
The true pilot of the Millennium Falcon, most underrated character.
Exactly, the true owner.
Yeah.
The true owner. Wookiee rights,
True
people.
owner.
Wookiee rights.
Yeah.
She regains her footing, literally surfing the Millennium Falcon. Imagine
wow.
Surfing USA by the Beach Boys.
It doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that, but oh wow. Sorry, yeah, anyway, she regains her footing, literally surfing the Millennium Falcon, and directs Chewie to drop her next to the bell. Chewie roars as he spies Kylo Ren speeding towards its golden steps. He flies towards it. Rey tries to blast off with her jetpack, but it was damaged in the fall. As soon as Chewie...
no.
Oh, I know. Sad times. As soon as Chewie reaches the bell, she ditches the jetpack and jumps off, speeding after Kylo, who quickly runs inside. He locates the meditation chamber and grabs the ancient Jedi holocron. Rey force pushes it out of his hands while chasing after him. They ignite their sabers and engage in a brutal duel. Back on the beach, Ahsoka finally
Meanwhile,
not yeah, exactly, knocking her unconscious and hanging her upside down with a. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Wow. So meanwhile, in orbit, Captain Phasma's ship finally reaches Act 2. Or Acto. She aims her ventral cannon towards Luke's island. Just as they're about to decimate it, Poe, Finn, and their squadron of X-Wings come out of hyperspace. They bombard her ship with proton torpedoes and laser fire, crippling it. BB-8 drops out of an exhaust shaft and is picked up by Poe. He and Finn immediately fly down to Acto.
Back to the bell. Rey and Kylo fight like two cats in a bag. Okay.
Nice.
Kylo disarms Rey, who, lying in the center of the meditation chamber, cradles the Jedi holocron for dear life. It begins to glow and steam. Just as Kylo raises his dreaded crossguard lightsaber to deliver Rey's death blow, he's suddenly frozen. Luke's young son, Tyus, appears from the shadows, holding Kylo in stasis with the Force. Luke's daughter, Kay, jumps up and punches a red button on the wall, locking both Rey and Kylo under an impenetrable force field. They got him. Luke and Ahsoka arrived. Kylo taunts Luke. "I can still kill her, you know. Are you really going to keep me trapped here forever with her corpse?" That's gross.
Yuck.
As Kylo struggles to break free... As Kylo struggles to break free and go
Beak
for...
free. Oh dear, they spelled break wrong. It says beak free.
It's thrown me. As Kylo struggles to
Kylo's just using his
free
beak to just bash through the force. Kylo has a beak in this one. As well as like
Kylo
the mecha suit. It's the beak.
He's got a mecha suit and a beak. Oh god.
Brilliant. Kylo beak.
As Kylo struggles to beak free and go in for the kill, break free, Rey grabs the holocron with both hands. It smokes and flashes with a feverish intensity. Kylo, slowly fighting the force stasis, brings his saber down closer to her exposed neck. Suddenly, Rey flickers in and out of existence, like before, but then she disappears. Kylo is dumbfounded. Luke smiles. "You always were gullible, Kylo. No wonder Snoke so easily turned you. Now you're our prisoner for eternity." Poe and Finn finally make their way to the meditation chamber. Luke tells them they've beaten Kylo, but Rey is gone.
Dun, dun, dun. Very good. Very good. Back on Snoke's planet of Sacrum, Leia's strike team arrives. They get into a firefight with Snoke's royal guards, and most of them are killed. One bounty hunter, Kilmiturg, might as well be one bounty hunter, Kermit the Frog, does make it to the lower levels. One bounty hunter, Kilmiturg, does make it to the lower levels of what seems to be a laboratory. He enters a frozen chamber and sees something displayed in a glass case. He takes a holographic picture of it and sends it to General Leia. Just as the transmission goes through, Erg's neck is broken. As his limp body falls to the floor, we see Snoke standing behind him in a nappy, his crippled hand. It doesn't say in a nappy.
Oh dear.
I'll say that again. We see Snoke standing behind him, his crippled hand extended. Admiral Akbar receives an image and runs it towards General Leia's quarters. She looks at it, mouth agape, and says, "It's a severed hand. My brother's severed hand." The question is, what are they using it for? Epilogue. Rey appears back in the Sith Acropolis on the Platinum Throne. Ooh, remember that's referencing back. 300 generations ago in the Old Republic, her eyes glow red. Many loyal subjects bow before her and chant.
She is visibly shaken. Where is she? How did she get here? Rey is trapped in the past. She is now Talston Leet. The end.
How did you guys like that? I mean,
Wow. Thanks for listening to this special bonus episode of How Uncivilized. If you enjoyed, then you can check out the full breakdown or listen to our episode 9 bonus episode, available now. Alternatively, you can check out our playthrough of LEGO Star Wars on YouTube, and be sure to follow us on all the socials, including Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. Again, thanks for listening, and goodbye there.